Turn-based tactical games are all about tough choices. As an expansion, XCOM Enemy Within does an outstanding job of building on the first half of the campaign against the alien invasion that began in last year's excellent XCOM Enemy Unknown. But as awesome as it is that developer Firaxis has given us so many more toys, the aliens could have used a little more help to keep up.
We're on the threshold of a new kind of warfare. Our soldiers were already humanity's best warriors.
There are a ton of great changes here, but the biggest is the addition of a new resource to most of the tactical maps.
We have at least agreed to call them
Meld.
Meld is used to buy powerful new genetic and cybernetic upgrades, and Enemy Within deviously dangles randomly placed canisters right in front of our noses. Their ticking self-destruct timers forced me out of my usual conservative patterns and prompted me to take exciting risks with the lives of my troops. Meld leads to another big improvement, a broader early technology tree with several viable paths. Almost immediately, you can choose to delay important weapon and armor research in favor of unlocking enhancements that let soldiers auto-heal, aim better after a miss, jump to rooftops, and more. The number of useful combinations and possible new tactics is huge. Alternatively, you can spend Meld to convert a soldier into a mech trooper for access to a whole new skill tree, and some powerful heavy weaponry.
Flamethrower engaged.
Mechs can take a lot of damage, but they're also huge targets and can't take cover, so they end up as useful tools that reward good tactics rather than blunt instruments. But speaking of blunt instruments, the kinetic strike is joyfully satisfying to use.
To engage.
Between those upgrades and stat-boosting medals, Enemy Within poses another difficult choice. Do you spread out your resources to enhance your whole lineup, or pile them onto a few elite soldiers and risk losing it all at once? The invaders get some new hardware too, including these nasty guys. At the same time the hunt for Meld forces you to spread out, stealthy seekers are waiting to pick off isolated soldiers, and that builds some great tension before you develop detection technology. We also meet the mechdoids, though they're much more straightforward fighters. Enemy Within introduces a new human enemy called Exalt. Fighting them in special covert ops missions feels dramatically different because of the new objectives. They're part escort, part holdout, and the Exalt troops that swarm you with equipment comparable to XCOM's can put up a good fight if you let them build up numbers.
Commander, we've lost our operative, along with the data. Strike one.
Here's the thing though. Even playing on classic difficulty, once you reach the mid-game, XCOM starts beating up the alien menace and taking its lunch money. If you thought the squad of high-ranking soldiers you had in Enemy Unknown was badass, Enemy Within squad puts them to shame. Neither the aliens nor Exalt have anything capable of standing in their way. The lopsided feel is made worse by the 2 series of scripted missions that come with big rewards at the end. Both the Slingshot DLC missions from Enemy Unknown and a new set play out identically each time you play them, allowing you to easily ambush enemies after the first couple of times through, and the new set loads you up with extremely juicy rewards that make the ending even easier. Fortunately, Firaxis allows us to disable them when starting a new game. Over the past year, I've gotten to know Enemy Unknown's maps like the back of my hand. So Enemy Within's injection of new maps and locations is a huge improvement. Just as importantly, it reuses a lot of Enemy Unknown's maps in new contexts, starting your squad in a different location or using them for terror missions. Combined with the Meld canisters, there's a lot more variety. Plus, a pair of new scripted story missions, which I won't spoil here, are both surprising events that play out unlike any other mission in the campaign. XCOM veterans will be pleased to know that I experienced 0 instances of the dreaded teleporting aliens bug. That one appears to be vanquished at last. On the other hand, line of sight issues are probably a little more frequent than before. I have successfully played several multiplayer matches without the desync bugs that crippled Enemy Unknown, so even though it has an absolutely terrible loadout screen, taking a squad against a human opponent is now a good tactical challenge. Losing a head-to-head match because of a bad roll kinda stings though, so you can't take it that seriously. Enemy Within is an amazing expansion to a brilliant tactical game. It's front-loaded with exciting new options that dramatically increase the replay value of the first half of the campaign, though the later half is a little neglected. More than ever, XCOM is a spectacular tactical game full of stories and characters that you create for yourself, and it's best enjoyed on Iron Man mode on classic difficulty to enhance the emotional highs and lows of victory and permanent defeat. For more on how to survive in XCOM, stay on IGN. Now enjoy some alien killing action.
Solid copy. Nailed him. Nailed him. Bye-bye.
Got no ammo. Damn it! On the move.